1, 2. Didn't move the microphone in place. Nice and prepared. Nice and oh no, the wire's attached to the. Okay. Look, just stop moving. 1, 2. That's better. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll check that you can hear me. I'll check that you can. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, can be heard. We can be heard. And I'll just do one of these. That was a bit weak, wasn't it? Let's do a proper one. There you go. There you go. Already I'm feeling a little steady. Already I'm feeling a little bit better. But I feel a little bit, I don't know. Don't know what it is. Feel a little bit, angsty. Maybe angsty. Prince Philip died, so we're going to play Earthbound today, but those two things aren't related. They're not related. But we're going to play Earthbound a little bit. First of all, just got to say a few things. Where's my pointing finger? To point that way, look. See that? We made affiliate, so we can gift sub. I don't even know what it means. Gift a sub now to be number 1. I don't know what gifting a sub means, but you can now do that. And Amazon Prime, something. But apparently they're all connected. I've got to do a bit more investigation, a bit more learning. But apparently Amazon Prime's got something to do with it. So if you know what I'm supposed to be going on about, then so there's that. I haven't done any emotes. Emojis. I haven't done any little pictures to go with your subscriptions. But we will do them together, I thought, because I didn't really. It's such a big thing, isn't it? It's such a big thing. Choosing the image that people get to use in chat. Such a big thing. It should really be something emotive as well, shouldn't it? It should express some kind of emotion. And I thought, since it's our first and probably only. Whoa. I can see I dropped. I've got good kilobytes. You don't have to mess about dropping the stream. Yeah, I thought should be something positive. Should be something expression of positivity. But then do people use a lot of expressions of positivity in chat? I don't know. But it should be, shouldn't it? That's what it should be. Or maybe some other emotion. Maybe confusion. Maybe the Johnny Depp, whatever emotions. Johnny Depp's not coming today because he's so sad about Prince Philip. We'll talk about that in a minute. Slurping the tea. See, I'm not on form today. Been for a walk with the dog. It's rained. And I smoked a little cigarette, and it just made me feel a bit chesty, a bit funny in my chest. I think it's partially anxiety, to be honest. I edited such a lot. I sat down, and last night I was uploading like 16. For some reason, I thought the best thing to do with Journey of the Broken Circle would be to complete the full playthrough and then edit it all into little sections and then upload it all as one complete piece, as a full playlist. Because what I didn't want was like a little video here, then something else, then a little video here. So on the channel, I could show you the channel, couldn't I? I mean, most people would show you their own channel here, and it involves opening up windows. You see, I'm not on form. I don't even feel like opening up other windows and using my brain to decide which windows to look at. So imagine my YouTube channel, battery exhausted. You can search for it on the internet. There's probably a link in Twitch somewhere. Look, on the channel, I wanted it to be so that if you came to the channel, you'd be like, oh, what's this? Episode 1. And then all of them would run consecutively from episode 1 to episode 16, all in one block. And in order to do that, you have to upload them in reverse, because the last video you upload will be the first one people see. So then I thought, right, well, I'm gonna have to edit the whole thing. So I can't edit backwards from the end to the start, because I don't know where to start. You have to edit the whole thing, and then once you've got all your episodes done, upload them all, and then release them in reverse order. And I thought to myself, well, if I'm releasing them in reverse order, then people are they're gonna see like episode 15 comes up, and then they're gonna be like, what the F is that? Why have you started with episode? Oh, 14 has now been uploaded. Oh, I see. And if they're watching, then it's going to be out like. So what I needed to do is get them all uploaded at the same time and all released at the same time, so that it, so that it didn't confuse people. So it was there all at once, so to speak. And I was doing quite well with it. I mean, I edited for a good 2 days and got them all done. There's thumbnails involved. That was a chore. In actual fact, I found making the thumbnails a chore. And I'm not up to the stage as a streamer yet where I've got a separate editor. I'm happy to do the editing myself, but we've talked before about how it affects my mental health for some reason. Editing in long sessions like that seems to... It didn't at the time, but today I'm feeling the result, I think, of that big work sesh, that crunch sesh. Because then after it... I uploaded them all, and as I was releasing them in the right numerical order, for some reason I made a mistake and I released number 9 and number 8 in the wrong order. So then it was number 9 and number 8 were the wrong way around, and I had to delete one off YouTube and re-upload it, and that took half an hour. And whilst that was happening, I was going, oh no, now they're not going to be all up at the same time. So there was like a 4-minute gap and 8-10 minute half-hour gap between the first chunk and the second chunk, during which I felt stressed. But that was yesterday. Look, I'm waving my hand. You can't even see it. I'll wave that one instead. That was yesterday. Today, they're all up there. They're there. They're there. They're there. They're there. It's okay. They're there. So that's good, isn't it? Let's just pop chat in and out, because I opened chat before we started the stream. Let's pop you back and let's unpop you. Pop you out. It might suddenly kick off. Yeah, so I uploaded them all, and they're all there. They're all there. So now you, the Ganji Puka Warrior crew, can watch the entire playthrough without all the garbage, without all the bits like this where I just ramble on and on. Just like the main playthrough of the game, the things that I talk about are mainly related to the game. It's all there in episodic form on Battery Exhausted. I did consider starting a new channel. Should we discard Battery Exhausted and start a new... Oh, I can't think about too many things at once. But it's there on Battery Exhausted, so it's all edited, and that means you can watch it. I've been in contact with the developers of the game again. They were busy over Easter. So was I. So was everyone, weren't they? I didn't realise it was Easter the weekend. So anyway, we didn't get the interview done this week, but hopefully next week I'm going to push on with that. We got Zoom sorted. I don't know if you saw that. We did a little test, but it turns out that Zoom can only talk to people for half an hour, and then they want your money. So I don't know if that's the solution to our interview problems, but at least we can do a half-hour interview at minimum, and then we can do another one immediately after if we need to. So we could do the full hour. It's just that we'd have to split it into 2 separate meetings through Zoom. So that's a step forward again, and I feel like we've been making these steps forward and that we've got a lot on the plate. Like, turning affiliate is fantastic in a way. It's lovely, isn't it? Now I've got that picture box of a present in our chat. Whatever that means. Whatever that means, but that's there. I can change it. Look now as well. Look, I can change it. I'll look at that. You can cheer as well. Cheer. Cheer. What's cheering? What's cheering? I'm just happy if you make a little comment and talk, and involve yourself in the broadcast. I'm happy if you don't. I'm happy either way. I'm just happy being here and talking. I love talking. It's all about me. Me. Right. So anyway. That's been happening, and I've got to decide on an emote, an emoji thing. We've got to decide on it together. It should really be a positive emotion. It should be something that other people in chats can see and go, oh, that's nice, that's interesting. I like the look of that. Where did you get that? I'd like to be able to express that same emotion in solidarity. Yeah, it's interesting. And also it has to fit in 23 by 23 pixels. So that revived my interest in pixel art. And I've been looking, I'm a bit bright, aren't I? It's a bit bright. Should we change our settings on the old camera? Look, let's just turn this down. Here's another issue with the old, look at that, I can change my settings on my camera. See that? Do you like that? Do you like that? That's nice. If we're using a Zoom to do an interview, I can't do that. Can't do that. Can't even have the webcam as we know it. I have to just use it for Zoom. Anyway, look. That's going to happen. We're going to do that. But it's something that's a bit beyond me in my head at the moment. 23 by 23 pixels. If you've got any ideas, work on them, send them in. I'll be interested to see them, discuss them with us. We'll discuss it together, and the Ganji Puka Warrior crew will come together and choose them. We are going to induct people into the Ganji Puka Warrior crew through an ASMR video experience, and I'd love it if we could get the ASMR mics plugged in, so I'd love it if we could get the good computer to do that, but I'm still working on that. When I say it's going to be next week, what I mean is I'd love to do it next week, but I just have no idea about how long things take and how much work I have to put in. So I make promises that I didn't realise I couldn't keep. But next week is always another week away, it seems. But it is being worked on, and we are pushing towards it. And we have made some big strides forward this week and last week. And I did do a lot of editing, and I am here now. So it's all good. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Prince Philip died. Should we get a picture of him? No. Slurping his tea. Who does he think he is, slurping his tea and not inviting me? Right, so the Prince Philip is the Queen's husband. Now, this is important. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see a picture of him. If you're watching it here on Twitch, you don't have to. You understand. You probably see him on the news. Right now, on Twitter, there are loads of people making loads of comments. Some of them are really respectful. Some of them are really harsh. Prince Philip himself, far be it for me to say, was a bit racist. And I don't want to be saying these things today, and I'll explain why. Right. He died today, didn't he? He died. So regardless of what your feelings are, certainly, especially if they're negative ones, today is not the day to be laying it on with the shovel and, burying him. It's reminding me of Mark Antony's speech in Julius Caesar, Shakespeare. I come to praise Caesar, not bury him. Anyway, that's a bit off the cuff. See, I'm feeling a bit weird today. I'm feeling a bit weird, just thinking mad stuff. My point is this, that yes, there are some fair negative things that you could say about him and his character and the things he's done over his life. No, I do not personally applaud him for everything he did. I do, some things were good. I'm a vegan as well. He shot lots of animals. I don't like that. He was the patron of animal charities. I do like that. I don't know. So now's not the day for any of that confusion, for any of that politics. He just died. His wife's sad. His son is sad. His other sons and a daughter, they're sad. His grandchildren are sad. Okay, they're royal. They live in the palace, and they've got the Prince Harry's married to Meghan, who's really beautiful, and she's married to Prince Harry, who's really interesting. Yeah, I get it. But today is the day that a family member of theirs died. So today's not the day to go on Twitter and say the mean things. Have some respect for the dead. Regardless of your political leanings, have some respect for the dead. That's a point I'd like to make. And another point I'd like to make is that the Queen is probably not reading your Twitter. Prince Charles is probably not scrolling down his social media today to find out what all the people thought. He probably ain't following. I put a thing on Twitter, but he doesn't follow me, so he's not going to see it. So if you're thinking about posting something interesting about Prince Philip on Twitter today, be you Gary Lineker or be you Scotty Hottie, maybe just think today's the day that someone's granddad died, and is it appropriate that I use it to gain attention? They're just some thoughts from the Scotty Hottie. I'm sure that lots of people say lots of mean things about him, you see. I'm sure they will. And I don't disagree with some of them. But I just thought I'd call for some balance. Not that anyone's going to listen to me, are they? Not that anyone's going to listen to me. Not at this early stage. But in the future, after we've had some people cheering their one diamond cheer there, once we've had, I don't know if it adds up, 2 diamond cheers, 3 diamond cheers, 4 diamond cheers. I don't know what that is. And the little presents, once we've had some little presents going, they'll start listening. Then they'll start listening. So. Right, I'm glad we got that out of the way. That's just the politics. And it's just how I feel. It's just how I feel, innit? It's just how I feel. It's got feelings. I have got feelings. I have. So has everyone else. Everyone's got feelings. I've got hurt feelings. I've got hurt feelings. Once I played a gig with my guitar, my acoustic, at the local cinema. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? The cinema. You know, who plays a gig at a cinema? But they had a bar there and it had a balcony, and they used to put gigs on, sort of acoustic gigs weekly. And the people that were going to the cinema would sit in and watch some music, and then go to the cinema. And when they came out, we'd still be playing the music. Anywho. I did a little bit on there. I did my little songs, and for the warm up, for the sound check, I played "Hurt Feelings" by the Conchords, Flight of the Conchords, and I didn't play it in my set. But at the end of the set, someone came up to me and said, "What was that song you played in the warm up? Was that Flight of the Conchords? That was the best one." I was like, "No. What about all the songs that I wrote, that I put my heart and soul into? Maybe I should have just done Flight of the Conchords covers." Anywho, we are playing Earthbound. I've got it down here. I haven't got it down here. There's a little box down here that you switch on, and once you've switched it on, boom, you've got Earthbound open. Hey, that buzzy fuzzy noise. We're not having any buzzy fuzzy noises. I checked it earlier, and there was zero buzzy fuzzy, none buzzy fuzzy noises. It's 100% down to the wires and where they are. I think we're okay there, aren't we? It's not buzzy and fuzzy much. It's a bit loud. A bit loud. I pressed the wrong button as well, haven't I? I've definitely pressed the wrong button, so we're going to have to reset that. What we want is the suspend point list, and we want our suspended point. Here we are in the hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the hotel. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a little while since we played Earthbound. We've done the entirety of Journey of the Broken Circle in the hiatus. As I said before, Earthbound's not the most popular game. It's never going to be, is it? We wanted to play something from back in the day to start with, as we experimented with Stream, and now we are fully committed to a full playthrough in our free time. I'm going to do this free time. It's all free time, isn't it? Although it's non-free time as well. So I've now got to remember where we're up to. We beat Frank, and we're in the caves, aren't we? We're up to going through the caves, but we've got problems in the caves because there's quite a lot of mice, smash mice, and there's quite a lot of insects and things. So we're going to try and load up on veggie burgers, which I like to play everything vegan, and it will let us play vegan. You don't have to eat burgers, but they're the best health remedy. So I'm going to load up on burgers. We're going to pretend they're veggie burgers, and I really would like to learn how to replenish my psi, because that's the map. My status, let's have a look at my status. I have got no PP, and PP is your psychic points, so you need PP in order to be able to do your stuffs. So if I don't have any PP, I can't do my stuffs, so I want to be able to replenish that. That's going to be an important part of our journey. It could be sleeping in the hotel, does it? But I can't remember. Welcome to Hotel On It. A one night stay will cost you 30, I think that's $35. I've only got $1 on me, so no, I'm not going to stay. See you next time. But we might be able to get something out of the ATM. Whoa, we are cash rich. So we're just going to get the $35. Oh no, we're not, because we also want burgers and stuff, so let's just go mad. So I have 340. Whoa. That's loads. $340 carrying that around. Especially back in the 90s as well. Little lad just carrying it around. We'll just have a hotel room. Have a nice stay. Oh, little birdies. Oh, I actually get the room, look. I've had a nice sleepy in the nice room. That's nice. I'm assuming that we've now got full... Oh, look at that, 30 PP. There we go. The hotel's the place. $35, 30 PP. Not even going to stay long. Right, mate? I'm off. It changed the music as well. I don't know if you noticed that. Ah, good. The music's back. That's our music that we like. I stay at the hotel. Gonna have to turn that up. The phone's ringing. What? Hello, it's your dad. You've been out there for a long time now. It may be none of my business, but don't you think it'd be a good idea if you took a break? You see, the game's doing this to us all the time because in the game, as it's coded, yes, it's a good idea if you take a break. It's encouraging you to say, that's really good game design. I love that. The fact they put that in there to encourage people to take a break after they played for such a long time. Because you would turn it off, and the way we're saving it through the mini Super Nintendo, the game doesn't know that we have taken actual breaks. It thinks it's just been running the whole time. So, sorry, Dad. Doesn't make you happy. But that's why that happened. And we are at the hotel. It's time for some big face. Not real big face, just slightly larger face. We are at the hotel. God, that music, man. There's something about it. Yeah, that music, man. Alright, your hotel. Get your... Where's your... Oh, no, I've moved the windows. Just me face, that's not an eye. Get a small... Little face down there. Your little face. You have your little face down there. Little face there. Go on, get on with the game, you buzzy noise. Just turn it down a little bit. Turn you down now. Turn you down now. I'll turn you down now. Oh yeah, alright then. Come on then. I'll turn you down. Yeah, right then. I'll turn you down now. Turn the volume right down on you. There you go. Now you can't even hear a thing. Hey, what do you think of that? No. Turn it right down. Where's the burger shop? I'm not going to open the map. I just can't stand it. Hooray, the sharks are gone from the arcade. Now I can go in, except I don't have any money to play the game. So I'll give you some. How do I give? Goods, equip, check. Goods, money. Nope. That's a shame, because if I could, I'd give him the money. Why not? I'll give him the bread roll. Whom? Okay, I can't. That's a shame. That's a shame, because I would have helped you out there. And bread rolls are useless, basically, so I'm going to eat them now. Just to free up the inventory space. Inventory. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to do big face for a second now. Big face for a second. What happens in this game while I'm playing this stream is I'm looking at this telly screen quite close. Sat here quite close with the old eyes. I'm getting a little bit of a headache just sort of over here. Right, just a little bit. Only a slight headache. And I know in my mind it's because of the way I'm looking with... This is quite close to this eye. Right, headachy. Okay? But also, I've had a coronavirus vaccine because of being a carer. Now, I'm one of the younger people that's had the vaccine because I'm a carer, not because I was over 60. And then they came out in the news and were like, oh, by the way, it might cause blood clots. If you have bad headaches, go to the doctor because you might have a blood clot and die. So I'm not an anti-vaxxer, I'm a pro-vaxxer. Vaccines are good. The blood clots, I've got as much chance, I've probably got as much chance of dying in a road accident of getting a blood clot. But it doesn't stop me thinking that now, as an anxious, if you suffer with anxiety and someone says there's a 1 in a million chance that you could have a blood clot from that, you'd be like, every time I have a shower, I'm like, oh, is that the blood clotting in my veins because of the warmth of the shower? Like, it's just constant anxiety now because of that. That little bit of a headache I've got there from that, pretty sure it's from that. But if I suddenly disappear off the, if I cark it from blood clots in my brain, I shouldn't have said this now on stream because I'm going to jinx it. Then you can blame Nadine Zahawi, our business minister and vaccines appointed head of vaccines, who will have probably deliberately had me bumped off for being such a divisive and anti-Tory voice. So that's what you can think about that. That's just a note there in case told you I'm not feeling it today. Told you something wrong with me today. Talk to the I'm not talking to anyone. I'm buying the burgers. Gonna eat the burgers. Gonna take them with me. I take your order. What can I get you? Just loads of these. Veggie burger, mate. Veggie burger. Should have put veggie burger on the options. We are going to play some other games vegan as well. I've decided that that's something I want to do in the future. I think it'd be really good, really interesting to see if you can play, but more modern games with more options, because here there's such limited options that eating the fries wouldn't get us anywhere, and we need to get through the game. Yeah, I'm just going to keep buying your hamburgers until you tell me I can't. There you go. All right. And now we are off up the mountain, just to crush through it. I'm going to ignore the fact that in America they call them drugstores. In the UK we call them pharmacies. Pharmaceutical goods pharmacy. And in America they call them drugstore. And when I was young, I used to think, like, how can you just go and buy drugs in a shop in America? But in England you can't, it's illegal. And then it turns out that now you can just buy drugs in a shop in America, and in England it's still illegal. Shouldn't talk about that on the old Twitch, should we? We're not supposed to talk about those sort of things. I'm ignoring all the animals because we're just going straight for objective here. Through the little hole. Down the hole! Down the hole! Yeah, just pressing buttons. Trying to go through that little... There you go. I'm in here now. And what I learned from this last time... Yeah, come here, you mouse! Is that if you go up in the little rooms and come out... Rowdy mouse. It's called a rowdy mouse. It's called a rowdy mouse, mate. It's not a smash mouse. What are you talking about? It's called a rowdy mouse. Should we psychic? No, we'll save that for really serious situations. We'll just attack and just bash away. And then if we have to heal up in between fights, we'll use a... That was quite easy. Wasn't it? That was quite easy. 34 XP. 10. Level 10. Maximum HP. Maximum PP. Oh, we got a healing A, healing alpha. Now, you see, this is what I was going to say, is there might be good things in these little rooms, but if you go in... got engaged by an ant. We've already been in here and got the box, you see. I'm not talking to anyone, I'm talking to the people on the internet, mate. And then, when you come out, the rowdy mouse will be back. He's not. He's not. I thought they might be she, he, it. There's two now, you see. Engage. Biting attack. 1 damage. You should have gone for your smash. You should have gone for your smash. Oh, there's the smash. Oh, I got too cocky. But that's another tame rowdy mouse. Down to 79. This seems to be about balancing the sorry for touching the microphone. Seems to be about balancing the HP, doesn't it? HP and PP. Balancing your stats. How did I get one more PP? I had 30 and now I've got 31. Bite. Bite. He biting. He biting. Would you bite your daddy? Would you bite your daddy so easy, would you? Is it so easy to bite your daddy? Is it? Would you bite your daddy? Virtual hug, I hope you feel a bit better soon. Thanks. I don't know what it is, really. I'll go big face again. And just quickly explain again. I'm feeling a bit... I think it might be like physiological. I think it might be. But it also might be a sort of depression symptom of tiredness from doing all the editing. And it also might be that when Prince Philip died today, which is sad, it's reminded me about the other people that I know that have died recently that's sad. It's just a bit of a weird one. It's just, I'm a weird one. I'm a weird one anyway, day in, day out, aren't I? But I can't quite explain how weird I feel today. And that's why I think it might be the progressive development of a blood clot in the brain. The anxiety will not let me forget that there's a 1 in a million chance that could be happening to me because I had that vaccine because of being a carer. I mean, I still have the vaccine. I still think everyone should have vaccines, but I think maybe they're a bit, they rushed to use a particular vaccine in our country because maybe there was political and financial capital involved. Although it's a not-for-profit vaccine, I'm sure that Boris Johnson's investment banker friends who tell him what to do have got some irons in those fires. We're not getting political. Prince Philip died. We told you. When someone like that dies, you just have to be. You don't get political. It's not the day for scoring political points. It's a day for being respectful because someone's granddad died. And there's, hello, doggy. In America, there's 50,000, 500, nearly 500,000 people who feel like that, who feel the sadness of a lost loved one. When we get to open up I'll go back to Earthbound in just 1 second after I've had my little ramble. When we get to open up our societies again, because in England we're going to be able to open up our society again soon. Americans also feel screwed. Yes, the Queen's still a person, isn't she? She's still a person. Her husband has just died, regardless of her fantastic wealth or position of power. She's still a person, still someone's granddad. And yeah, 500,000 Americans have had a similar loss in their life. Even more. There's more. That's how many people have died, isn't it? There's more people that have felt the losses. So, am I a monarchist? Again, today's not the day for discussing political allegiances. I have thought it through several times, and I can't really. It's difficult. Just briefly, just to explain, it's difficult when you live in a country all your life and are brought up to respect and take pride. Pride's not a virtue, but we are taught to be proud of things in our Western societies. Things that may not be. Does she remind me of my granny? In a way, she feels that sort of. She's of that generation, and when you grow up as a young person, see this, older lady doing these matriarchal things. It's interesting that we live in something called the patriarchy, but we've had a matriarch for a long time, so that's been good in ways. And people are just born into things, so I don't judge them on being born into things. In the same way as I don't judge someone for being born into poverty, I don't judge them for being born into affluence, if that makes sense. It's about how they behave and what they do with those privileges. Whether I want to remove the institution of monarchy or not is kind of irrelevant nowadays because back in the day we did have a civil war in the UK, in England. We had a civil war. Oliver Cromwell beheaded our king, not him personally, but he had a civil war and won it, and we set up parliament and beheaded the king, basically, roughly. I mean, I could go into more detail, but that's a rough way of describing it. And then about like 50, 60, 80 years later, they reinstated the king. But not the one that had his head cut off, not that one, but they reinstated the king, but in a sort of in a less powerful way, so more as a tradition, a figurehead. I can see why people, in a modern world would say, well, it's absolutely silly that you should be born into the state of monarchy and then you get to be the king. That's silly. And on our desert island together, when we have our desert island together and we're rocked up on the shore, we're washed up on shore as a Ganjipuko warrior crew, I will not have it if anyone claims to be the king or queen and pass that on to their children. And I'm not going to have that. No, we're all going to be equals. But that's not the world that we live in, is it? That's not how it all worked. And for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, British history has had a monarch since, Celtic times. The monarchs have changed for different political reasons, but there's always been one, except for that small time after the Civil War when we cut their head off. But the interview's still on. I think it is. They said they were busy over Easter, and I didn't realise it was Easter. But the interview will still be on, hopefully. I can show you the emails if you want, that they said, they're a bit busy on Easter, but we look forward to doing something soon. So this week coming up, I've set up the Zoom, that's working now. So this week coming up, I will email them and be like, hey, what about some day this week? I'm not a royalist, but I feel compassion for Lizzie. I'm not a royalist either. I love, certain aspects of the fact that we have a royal family, if that makes sense. Not the direct detail personal issues, but there's something magical. I think magical is a good word for it, in the concept of a palace and a king. These fairy stories you hear when you're a kid, uh, they're not just fairy stories if we do have a palace and a king, are they? There's some reality in the magic. And uh, the fact that we talked about Elizabeth on stream before, but the fact that she, sorry for knocking microphone, the fact she drove trucks in the war and devoted her life to service in ways, uh, there's a difference. Monarchy doesn't mean that you're born into wealth, therefore you just live like a pig in shit and the paupers can just lick your boots. It doesn't have to mean that. You can live in service of the community in the same way as you can if you're not born into wealth. So I think it's fair to judge people on what they do, not on the titles they're given at birth. So it's a very complex and confusing issue. It gets political, and I'm not, like I said today, someone's granddad died, so I don't think it's fair to argue the politics of his life. But it gets political, yeah. And you know what? If I had a priority list of things that I think we should fix in the world, then the monarchy is going to be possibly on there. Possibly, we can address that at some point, but not right now while we're having kids die and animals die and global warming and polluting the seas and sexual predators and women can't walk the streets at night and racism and the police can kneel on your neck and kill you in America. In England, they do horrible, brutal things, but fortunately have not recently killed somebody. I just, when we can fix those things, then we can maybe turn to the monarchy and be like, look, we've got such a progressive society now that what you're doing doesn't seem apt, but how do you feel about just leaving it? Like, maybe we can get to that point, but it seems silly to be worried about it when, financially, taxpayer money, I might give the Queen 50p a year. I think that's what it works out at. And to be honest, if she asked for it, I'd give her a quid. Oh, it's got a picture on it as well, hasn't it? It's got her own little face on it, so that'd be nice here. But I don't mind. I think that's okay. But in the big scheme of things, yeah, yeah. Fairy tales might serve as propaganda for the monarchy. That's a good point. What a really interesting point. I did say as well, yeah, like I was born into this. I grew up I was taught to God save the Queen, in the same way as Americans are taught to God save the flag. I was born into that, and it was drummed into me at school, and I was born a Christian. I learned about Jesus. I think the monarchy and of course they're connected because the Queen is the figurehead of the church in our country, but in the same way as when you're a kid, you're told about these, I'm not going to say Jesus was mythical. Again, we're not getting political and arguing about religion here, but you're taught a certain thing when you're a kid, be it this, be it that. I was taught Christianity, love thy neighbour. Like, the principles have made me who I am. Always help those in need, things like that, But what do I think about Jesus and whether he lived and did the things they said he did in the Bible? I don't think the Bible is, obviously the Bible's written and rewritten and translated and retranslated for political reasons. Religion and control of the masses before we had systems like republics. Well, no, republics are old. I don't know. You see, it's all complicated, but in the same way, there's a monarch and in the same way, you're just taught these ideas, and then when you get older, you can question and dismantle. But like I said, I don't think today or any day the priority is getting the Queen off the throne, because we've got some really other major important things that we need to deal with before we look at, because she doesn't even, the head of state, doesn't even have much say in the running of the state anymore. It's just a token position where they can do things publicly to a certain extent, and there's one final thing to say about it that's positive, is that the monarch does bring, like, the concept of a monarchy brings a lot of tourists to the tourism to the UK. It has created a lot of history that people are interested in, so it's interesting. So that's nice. I don't think Harry want to be king. Charles definitely does. Queen and country is kind of about to kill. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not killing anyone. I just think that it's nice that some people can be nice to other people from positions of great power and wealth. They're not all like that. but certainly some of them are. Queen Elizabeth has been. Prince Charles does a lot for the natural world. He's very interested in environmental factors. Yeah, and it's sad that someone's granddad died. So that's that. We talked about that. We've done the big face, and while we're here, we have made Patreon. You probably better support me on Patreon than on here because I don't understand this stuff. But this has got we haven't got emojis yet, but we're going to all develop them together. We're going to come up with them. But you can be a present subber, and you can be a cheer diamonder, a diamond cheerer. So they're available to you now. Whatever that is. Let's go back to the game. Let's get back to the game. I've lost all plot. There we are. There we are. We're back in the game. We're back in the game. Let's go. Should we just say go big face just quickly? Just one more time, yeah. I had something to say. Not political. Can you go backwards in chat? Can you look at the old chat? Can I? Oh, I can look. I can scroll it. Look at that. Scroll it. Why'd you go? Saying monarchy. Not royals. Okay, I think we covered everything. Didn't we? Yeah. Wouldn't it be weird, just looking at that we've just looked at, wouldn't it be weird if someone came forward and said, look, I'm the King of America. King of America. From now on, I'm going to be the king. Do you think they'd have it? Do you think they'd have it over there? You wouldn't have it, would you? What if, I wonder who would have to, what sort of person they'd have to be. I wonder whether a Native American could come forward and claim rightful heir, to be the rightful heir to the country, or whether it would have to be someone popular like Oprah Winfrey, who the nation in general could all get behind. I suppose that would be popular, that would be a politician, wouldn't it? A popular. So maybe there's one thing in that we have a monarch who doesn't have to worry about whether they're popular or not, who can do theoretically what they think is the best thing. It'd be cool to have then they'd just be politicians then, I guess. They wouldn't behave like monarchs if they were democratically elected, I guess. Because they'd have to play to your heart to do what you think is best, not what they think is best. What they think is best might not always be right. Give them special powers. I'll tell you who sounds like that in our current system is Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, who's that other fella with all the money? All of them. All the people with all the money, they seem to have special powers, don't they? They can do what they want, sort of. Yeah, pretty much can do what they want and have the power to change the world in drastic and like quite measurable ways. Probably more power than the Queen. Probably Elon Musk has probably got more power than the Queen. Haven't they? Probably more. Would you say more or less? Because the Queen can't like buy shares. Like the Queen can't. I mean, there's so many things she can't get involved with, isn't there? So, but Elon Musk can. Elon Musk can get involved in anything he wants. He can shoot his money off into space if he wants. Can't he? He can shoot his money off into space. If Elon, I'm going to talk about you all the time on stream so that one day you get tired of it and tune in. Who's this guy talking about me, all this rubbish? That's how Elon Musk talks when you're not listening to him. Who's that guy? That's how Elon Musk talks. He one day he's going to turn up here in stream. And Elon, if you're listening, please just buy me Birmingham City Football Club. Buy me Birmingham City Football Club. Right? I will turn it into a money maker, not for you, but for the city of Birmingham, for the poor people in Birmingham. That's who will make the money out of it. I'll turn it into a money maker for them. And there'll be so much joy shared through that. That would be nice. Please, Elon, you can afford it. They're not even that good. They're not even that good. It's not like Man United, mate. You're not going to have to shell out loads. We're not going to be on at you for new players all the time. We'll just do a youth scheme that will bring through the talent from the area of Birmingham and surrounding areas, that really invests in the young people in the area and shows them that opportunity is just, a hair's breadth away. Yeah, Elon, if you're listening, buy me that football club, please. Not please, just do it, you savage. If you're listening and you didn't, then that is savage because you got all the money. You got don't spend it anymore. But well, you helped me out with the Dogecoin, I guess. That Dogecoin wallet's now worth more than it was, but like I can never get that out into my bank. Let's go back to the game. Where's the game? Where's the game? There I am. I'm just a little. What am I? You can't see me smoking off camera because Twitch rules and regulations. Just a little fella, aren't I? Just a little fella. Just a little. How'd you get me face? There's me face. Yeah, Bill Gates is giving away cash. Well, I think he's giving away some cash. I don't really know lots about it, but I do know that he's involved in some quite instrumental, some quite socially instrumentally good things. So I think that's good, isn't it? I think that's good. It's not just the billionaires I'm looking at. I mean, I give away my cash as well. Not all of it. Not these days. I'm trying to save it at the moment. But like I just tried in this game to give that fella me money to go and play on the things. Like I just the other day, one of my friends needed a favour. No, they in essence they needed to borrow a cup of sugar, so I gave them 2 cups of sugar. And the other day, my friend did me a favour because we were on stream. We were doing this test Zoom call, weren't we? So I bought her some salted caramel Twixes because she likes them. I can't seem to. It's not just Elon Musk and Bill Gates. It's all of us. We've all got to be charitable and generous because I know it's silly because I'm like here essentially now that we're Twitch. What are we? Twitch affiliate. I'm essentially asking for your money to support this media product like and then I bought my sister a microphone. Look, there you go. I bought my sister a microphone and I'm telling you that I'm spending it on willy-nilly silly things, but I'm not. I'm saving for a big computer. But what I'm saying is that we can all afford a little bit, can't we? We can all share a bit. It's not going to bankrupt us if we buy somebody a Twix and a cheap microphone. So she's not even streaming yet. She will be though, so you better watch out. Bash! Bitey attack, just missed. And yeah, if we all take that into our daily lives, I think we won. Let's go big face. An Islamic principle now. So not getting political. Well, an Islamic principle is to give about 2.5% of your income to charity. And if we all sort of did that, it sounds like a tax. It's a bit like a tax. And we all kind of do give our taxes, don't we, at the moment, to the government. And then the government give them to their friends and friends in business. And then borrow money and then create government bonds that they buy back. So they make money off the money they borrow. Anyway, look. But if you give 2.5%, if you make money and you just give 2.5% to charitable causes, it could be charity starts at home, in inverted commas for you, that people nearby that need help. If you just give a little bit, you don't have to give all your money, that'd be excessive, but just a little bit, then you're just the same as Bill Gates, if not better. In my opinion, you're better than, like, Bill Gates doesn't, when he gives away his money, he doesn't wake up and go like, oh my God, I've given away all that money, now I can't afford a new XYZ. He doesn't care. Like, he does care, but it's not going to affect him, is it? He's still going to wake up in a diamond bed with solid gold bed sheets. Whereas when you or we give 2.5%, a little bit, a five or a tenner here, it makes a huge difference. It's a bigger percentage, it's a bigger amount of what we have. It's bigger to us because we don't have as much, but it makes a huge difference to the people we give it to, who to them it's even more valuable. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's not a hard rule to live by. Just, if you've got a little bit, you've got enough to share. I always think that's a good message. And we could print endless money. How's there not enough? Yeah, and the irony of the printing endless money as well is that, like, they borrow it out of the thin air, out of the government borrowing, and then the method, like I said, of paying it back, the bonds they produce, they make profit for the people, for the investment banks who buy them. So yeah, it's the economic system, and it seems silly that we all know the disparity, but But in general, like I'm saying, if you've got a little bit, you can share a little bit, and then people are happier, aren't they? And it makes people's lives better in marginal but massive ways. Let's go back to the Nintendo Switch. This is not the Nintendo Switch. This is the Super Mini Nintendo, and we're cruising through. There's two there. Should I eat? I'm going to tough them. Look at that! Insta win. Insta win. Oh, that was because it was a little buzzy. Oh, it was just an insect. I thought it was the two mice. It was the two. Look, you've done an emote in the chat there. Look, a little face. You've done an emote there, Bibs. I don't know what that little face means. But what I want you to know is that we've got the opportunity now to develop our own emotion face. We're going to have to... You need to be in the back of your mind now. It needs to be in the back of your mind that we're going to have to come up with one of those faces ourselves. One of those emotes. And it should be something positive. It means I'm laughing, right? I've seen it around. I've seen it around. And we're going to have to come up with our own concept for an emote. And it's a big, important... We can do it together. I'm going to involve the Puka Warrior crew, absolutely. But I'm having final say. And it's important to me that it's not negative, it's positive, it's something people want to use, that they see in chat and, oh, smash, we're going to have to eat a burger soon. That people want to use, that it spreads a bit of this joy. But also, it's an opportunity for something conceptual in the world of Twitch. Like, we're able to make our big FaceTime again. We're able to make our mark on the media in small ways in our ripples that we've talked about. But being on Twitch, being here, means that people can find us, they can join in, they can join our crew, yeah, absolutely. But that thing, the emoticon, the emoji, the emocon, what do they even call them? The emotes, demotes, promotes, the promotes. What that does is if I've got this correct, and educate me if I'm wrong, but you can get that one you've got there, you get that from somewhere, you might get it from another channel, and then you can go anywhere on Twitch and drop your emote, and then other people can see it, and they can be like, where did you get that one from? I'm assuming other people's emotes can be used in my chat. Is that correct? And if that's the case, little Twitch avatar, you want Johnny Depp? You want me? Everyone wants me. I'm in high demand. Right, yeah, okay, I'm correct. Well, what that means is, though, yeah, so Johnny Depp's not the right personality for our first emote. Absolutely not. He's a figure of ridicule that was confirmed to be a wife beater in the UK media. And whilst I absolutely think domestic violence is very serious, and I'm not making a joke out of domestic violence, I'm making fun of Johnny Depp for being an asshole. Okay, let's just get that clear. But that's not the feeling I want to push out into the world. But what it does, right? I don't know if other people are using these emotes like this yet, but it's a seed of an idea, isn't it? That's the reason they're so. The reason that they're so universally, that they transmit ideas. They transmit ideas universally across borders, across languages, in other people's chats, in other people's channels, on other people's stream recordings. And as you say, the real good ones, it's like a meme almost. It doesn't. A meme can change. Like the concept of a meme is an idea that changes and is transmitted through society, and they all understand what it is, even though it can change. Anyway, like Richard Dawkins was the person that coined the term meme. He was talking about evolution and how ideas can evolve and things can evolve, right? So memes. So Limmy's a top. Limmy, I like Limmy. We like Limmy. One day Limmy's gonna watch me. One day, Limmy's gonna watch me. Yeah, we love Limmy, and Limmy's got some good ones. Yeah. On my hair now. Now my hair. I had a shower. I didn't expect this. So what it does, though, this is more important. This is big. It gives us the opportunity to create a piece of what I consider to be art, what I consider to be conceptual art, because Poggers is a good example. Poggers transcended transcended. Originally, it was somebody's face, and it meant a kind of feeling, and then what it did was it transcended. It elevated to some mystical place where it became something more, where it became a new thing that people, like poggers itself became a word that people said. And I know I've got bits in my hair. Got bits. I'm talking about the culture on Twitch, and I've got bits in my hair. The Pepes, even though I don't like them, I just dislike the ugly face, and I don't really like the right wing stuff they sometimes stand for. But the Pepes are another example. They're an idea, a meme that that became something else. I think it's an opportunity to create a piece of conceptual art, and I think that's what it is. I think conceptual art is something that creates an idea and allows you to share. Whoa! Subscribed. I don't even know what it means. You can't even have anything yet. We haven't even done. What are you doing? We haven't even got any faces for you to have. You can be part of the development crew. You're our first development. You might say, there aren't any. There aren't any. I've told you. I haven't got any. We're trying to work them out together. We're going to work it out together. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time because it's important. It's important. But we will come up with it together. I'm sorry that there are no emotes. That's the main thing of the subsystem we were talking about. Shit. You're not allowed to... I've sworn on Twitch now. You're not allowed to swear. You can't swear. Enjoyed your content, so in credit for a bit. Thank you. I do appreciate... this is quite big, isn't it? We've got a couple of patrons, and I'm, very, very... positive about the sustainability aspect of things, but having a real sub that exists in this now is a huge, as I was saying before, about when it's small things to you, it's big things to other people. Like how real this stream is now. Like we're as real as Limmy now. We're as real. I can go. I'm gonna head up to Scotland and hang out in a park in Glasgow and ambush Limmy one day, put a bag on his head and be like, I also have a subscriber. I'm just going to say it quietly like that. I also have a subscriber. And then I take the bag off and run. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for being such a important part of the journey thus far. And I feel a bit sorry for Capital K and Amanda and Nigel, who are really important parts of the journey on Patreon as patrons. That I'm like giving you all the love, and they're like, oh, I'm not Patreon. No, yes, I appreciate everyone massively, and I'm really sorry that we don't have any rewards and that we don't have any. Bear front. So don't tell people about that. No one knows about that. That's a secret. That no one knows about that. And I'm not going to say any more about it. So yeah, it's going to have to exist on the screen in the chat. A hype train is close. One more person needs to sub, gift, or what? A hype train? What on earth is a hype train? Don't worry about the hype train. What the fuck? What's that mean? What does it mean? What's happened? Someone's going to have to explain it to me. I think it's good. I think it's huge. Is that huge? That's huge. I mean, Capital K already knows. What has happened? Exactly, what has happened? Capital K already knows how important he is to this. I think before I described the Ganji Puka Warrior crew as the fuel in the engine, but I think now they're moving a step up. I think they're taking a step up. I think now they know how to take the engine apart and put it back together again, and I think they're vital. When we talk about the ship, let's talk about ships again. Deadliest Catch was so important to me. I'm sure the only streamer with all followers that subs. I don't even know how it works, but it's massive, isn't it? I think it's massive. I think we'll find out, and I'll get back to you on how massive it really is. But I am pretty to the moon, to the moon. I think we're close to the moon. And the thing I wanted to say was that yeah, you're stepping up from like now you're like flight lieutenant. No, not flight. We're on a ship, aren't we? Yeah, on a ship. If the engine goes wrong, you're just drifting. You might sink. But if someone's on board that knows how to patch up a hole, uh, how to get that engine purring, how to. I mean, this is this is you now, isn't it? This is you're gonna have to have stripes. We're gonna have to get you some stripes. Uh, I I think it deserves more reaction than I'm giving it because I think I'm still. What is it? There's presents at the top now. There's presents. I can't even open up the internet because my brain's just not feeling opening up browsers and looking at all the people's words on the internet. But I think I should Google it. Someone Google it for me. Somebody please let me know what's happening. Um, it's really. I should do a thank you dance. I can do this. You won't see it enough, will you? I can do that one, but you can't see all of me. That's the floss. That's the floss. I can step back a bit. I'm not standing on the chair because I would definitely fall off. Definitely fall off if I stand on the chair. That was the floss though, wasn't it? That was the floss. It was as well. It was proper. I can do a moonwalk. I can do a moonwalk. I feel when we started this stream, I felt a bit dazed and confused. Now I feel that I've been hit over the head with something. Like I'm in shock. That's it. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. And you also, like I say, nobody's got an emote. We're going to have to develop the emotes together. There needs to be a group conversation about what our important piece of art that we share into the world will be and how it will make people feel and how they can share it and what their feelings will be when they share it. Like, so it wants to be some kind of love share. Like, I kind of feel like giving you like flowers. Do you know what I mean? Giving people flowers. Is that some or how to when this image comes up, how to express that, giving someone a some love. Flowers has always been a way that, certainly in the culture that I exist in, we believe it's like very, very vegan, yeah, very, but it's very, it's like a gift of love, isn't it? Like you don't take flowers to school and give them to your teacher every day, but you do on the last day. You do on the last day. Too corny, yeah, too corny. But I want to express a feeling, a nice feeling, and a feeling that someone might say, "Oh, once I've seen that feeling, I will also be keen to express it to others." That's it on the ceiling. That's it on the ceiling. So now my cushion fell off. You see all the magic here. Look, I've got a cushion. I've got that as well. That's extra cushioning. We could go. I think we can upgrade the cushion now. I think we can upgrade the cushion. I think we were looking to upgrade the computer, but I think we've got enough to upgrade the cushion. Qu'est-ce que c'est le happening? Qu'est-ce que c'est le happening? Qu'est-ce que c'est le happening? What I don't. I think this means, okay, I'll explain it from my end. I think this means that 50 people can now be a sub because Capital K has paid for them to be a sub if they want to. That's really nice. That's because I think that's what it is, right? And if that's the case, then you you're giving to people that you don't know them that well. You don't. That's nice. That's really nice. a kind thing that I don't want to say a stranger, because stranger danger. Stranger danger, come and get in my car. I've got chocolates at my factory. We make them. We make them. Yeah, it's not strangers. I think that's what it is too. Yeah, okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, okay. I'm learning. And wow, because yeah, it's like, hey, do you know what? It also, that's a huge boost to the stream, isn't it? That means like we've sort of got 50 subs. So I don't think we can't have 50 subs because there's not 50 people who are subbed, are there? But there's 50 opportunities. I mean, I'm assuming everyone that's here is now subbed, aren't they? It's like buying everyone in the pub a drink. It's more than that. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by that. That's very, very nice thing to do. And and I suppose if you're watching, check this out now, what I'm going to say, this will be brilliant. If you're watching this on YouTube, because I've edited it and put it up on YouTube, time's ticking to claim the capital K super discount. Get over here and claim your super discount on behalf of Capital K. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I will be putting up a link to Capital K's channel. Nice things done by a not nice person. I don't know. You seem quite congenial to me. And as I said, I've watched your work on YouTube. I've had a little look at you talking. You seem like a congenial. You might be putting on you might be switching off the camera like I do. When you switch off the camera, the hat goes on, and you're like, fuck all them people. Let's go down and kick the dog. Could be a trap. Yeah. Get in the back of the car. But no, honestly, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I don't advocate, go and watch other people and check this out. And I'm not a big networker, but do check out Capital K's work, because he's paying for you. He bought you a drink. Here it is. Here's the link. There'll be a link. I'm not on Google today. I'm not on Google. I've only opened it up to do this. There'll be a link. There'll be a link. Jeez. Prince Philip's dead. Don't know if Prince Philip's dead. Long live the king. Long live King K. King of the boats. You can have a king of the boat. I'm still the captain. You can have the king of the boat. And Bibs, you don't have to go. Don't feel you've been superseded. I do appreciate that you're in there first. I do appreciate. Everyone's getting the love today. This is just a big loving today. Big loving. I get to be the captain. That's a captain's train driver's hat, right? But Capital K could be the king. You could have a little double hat. Oh, it's crushing my head. Oh. 2 hats is just too heavy. Just too heavy for me head. Let's hope I ain't got a blood clot now, eh? Let's hope I ain't got a blood clot. Oh, that vaccine. I had the vaccine because I was a carer, and the people that I care for, they died. So, don't tell the government. I probably want to suck that vaccine out of me now. I don't think we all go back into caring now. I don't think. There's a possibility, isn't there? I might have had to get the old McDonald's job, but does this mean I don't have to work at McDonald's now? Does this mean that when we come out of lockdown, that I shouldn't talk about this on the internet, but does this mean the universal credit people at the job centre won't be pestering me to work at McDonald's or Tesco? Because they have been. You're only on a little bit of leeway. You don't get free money off the government in this country for being out of work. Officially, I'm self-employed. So if you're not working and you're self-employed, then you're not earning, are you? And that's on you, they say, the universal credit. But while we've had a coronavirus, they've been really good about it, and they've given me like £400 a month. Not like £400 a month, exactly like £408 a month. That's, I don't know how that works out in dollars, but that's how I've been living. That's how I've been living, and that gets cut off in August. I shouldn't be talking about this on the internet, but it gets cut off in August, and it's up to me to provide, a regular income. No, it's not. Now Capital K has done it for all of you. I think that's what it means. I think it means I don't have to go and work in Tesco. Oh God, if that's what it means. If that's what it means, then it's the equivalent of living on a yacht, isn't it? It's the equivalent of living on a yacht. Like, I guess, as I say, I'm a bit unsure here about what's going on, but I guess this is what it feels like if you win the lottery. I always imagined I'd be jumping about if I won the lottery. I mean, I'm thinking, my feeling on it, even if it doesn't mean that I can, move to Barbados or whatever, I can't buy Barbados, okay, yeah. But I think making this thing we're doing together here sustainable so that I can eat and do this and, generally not have to live in a cardboard box, that to me is the same as winning the lottery. It's like if someone put a little letter through the door and was just like, this will work out long run, and I was reading that, I'd be like, oh my fucking God. Like, it would be the same as winning the lottery. So even if this today doesn't mean exactly today I am now king of, Scrooge McDuck, whatever, if it just means that step towards sustainability that is real and ongoing, and if this is when I look back, I'm pretty confident that when I look back, this is going to be one of these days that we can say that happened. If this is that, then it's the same as winning the lottery for me, isn't it? I'm going to cry a little bit. I feel like I want to cry a little bit. I only cry for the sad things. But I feel like I want to cry a little bit. Yeah, and like when they go up and give their Oscar speeches and they're all like, oh, I want to thank my this and I want to thank my that. Feels a bit like that. I haven't made a list. I haven't prepared for this sort of thing to happen. Start a cult. We have got a cult, haven't we? We've got a cult with the Ganji Pukawario crew, but we've also, on the old ASMR channel, we've got the Mini Love video series, the cult, which was our induction video into the Ganji Pukawario crew, was going to be a crossover with Mini Love. So that's coming. I wonder if that means we can do it, yeah. Because I've been saving up the money, as I'll tell you about this. I've been saving up in the bank all the money, I was saying about they basically pay you to stay at home for coronavirus. If you're self-employed, they give you a little bit of your wages that you would have earned, or hopefully would have earned. And what I've been doing is just not spending anything on anything apart from that microphone and the presents of my friends. Just not on me, not spending anything nice. Got a hoodie in lockdown, but yeah, not spending it, because I'm saving it up to buy a computer so that we can make this better and we can do this properly on a PC, not a Clockwork Mac. So it might be that I can now look at the money I've saved up, which is, coming on near the price of an expensive computer at the moment. It might be that I can just say, look, fuck it then, let's spend the money. I mean, and it might be that we can push this forward quicker. That might be what it means. It might be. I don't know. It might also mean that we can get another doggy. I'm not allowed to get another. Not allowed. Wow. Bought some Nike yesterday, no regrets. Oh God. I don't know how you get shoes in Korea. Did you go in the shops? Because I can't. They don't fit me, the shoes. They send them in the post, and then they don't put them on my feet, and they don't fit me, and they've got to go back. That's the only thing that happens with my feet. I swear on the internet, they're just like having a good laugh. They're like, does he want another pair of shoes? Send him the 8s. No, send him the 13s. Send him the... like that. And then I arrive, and they're like, oh, was my foot changed? Yeah. I got the noise of the Switch in my ear. It's not a Switch. It's a Super Nintendo. But it seems a bit... Oh, should we carry on playing this now, shall we? Oh, it just seems a bit wrong to be playing this now. I get slugs. Who needs... I'm bothered about slugs. We've got subs, mate. Not even worried about your slugs. Got subs. Got 50 of them. Have we got... Is that what it means? Somebody needs to explain this to me fully. I'm going to need to... have a little. We're going to need to drive this on for another half hour, and then I'm going to have to take a break and find out what the hell's been going on in my life. I should have put this one on auto fight because I can't concentrate on it. Pro stream. I think, does that make me a professional streamer? Wait. Big face. If that means, even if just for this month, I can tell people that I play computer games professionally. Oh my god, they're going to open up the pubs in our area, next week on Monday. Everyone's desperate to go back to the pub, right? They're desperate to go back to the pub. They haven't been able to have a drink for a year. They haven't been able to see their friends. They don't care about their friends. They can go to the pub, yeah? So I don't know how to check my sub count. I don't know how to check it, so I can't. So I'm talking like that because it's my sister. I wouldn't talk like that just to anyone. I'm just being like sort of rude to you on this wonderful day of this day of celebration. What do they do? They must have a word for it on the old Twitch, but we've made our own one up now. Celebration. Engaged in specific activities, one man's paid up. Yeah. So if that is the case. Yeah, then when they open up these pubs, I've been saying to people, it's not a celebration, it's a wake. All these people have died from coronavirus last year. And when they open up the pub, you're all going to be in there like, hey, fucking yeah, I can get drunk again, hey. But instead, you should be taking 5-10 minutes out to be like, wait. So many fucking people have died, and it's so lovely that we can see each other again, and we should celebrate that. I appreciate it, but it's going to be a wake. It's going to be a funeral. It's going to be at the end of a funeral, you have a wake, don't you? And you all go for a drink together, and you talk about things, and get through it together. That's how I view the opening of the pubs. It's not going to be like that. It's not. It's going to be carnage. It's going to be absolute carnage. There's going to be Johnny Depp's left, right, and centre. Amber Heard's. No, wait. Let's not even bring up that. It's going to be carnage. Yeah, it's going to be carnage. And I do not want to go and join in the carnage. I don't. Absolutely not. But I do feel that our local pub, there's one up there, there's another one down there. You can't see where I'm pointing. Why am I pointing? We're on the internet. You're looking at me on the telly. So in our local area, there's local establishments. They provide for the community a meeting point, a place to share time and ideas, to get really drunk, but they provide that for the community. I think it's important. Like, I know the landlord of the local pub up there. I know who he is. I've met him a number of times. I used to go in there a lot. When I gave up drinking, I stopped, but I still want to support him. And he's had this difficult year. His livelihood's gone to the wall. It's all gone to shit for him, and they get to open up. I'm part of the community. I want to go there and say to him, cheer up, things are going to get better. Here's a tenner from me. Okay, I'll have a drink. I don't want to drink. I'm not bothered about the alcohol. But, here's a tenner from me because I know that you're struggling. That's what I want to do. And now, I was a bit like, it would have been difficult because giving people tenors is difficult because that's massive for me, like I said. But now, if this is correct, when you get that lottery, you ain't going to be celebrating that lottery win from a letter. You're going to want that check, and you're going to want to know that this is real and it's not just some like mad dream that I'm having. Like, it feels like I haven't woken up properly. That's what it feels like now. But if this is correct, and I can go in the garden. I'm not going in the fucking pub. In the garden of the pub. Yeah. And someone can say to me, so how have you been doing over lockdown? And I say, it's been absolutely shit, It's been horrific. I cared for my 96-year-old nan for a year. We had her living in our house, and it wasn't a choice. That it wasn't like what should we had her living with us because absolutely bang, as soon as we knew it was lockdown, get her in our house. She's not going to be on her own. She's not going to go to a home. She's not going to be struggling with this. Get her in with us. And it meant that I had to give up. This room that we're sitting in used to be my salon studio room. I had to give that up. It's been Nan's bedroom for a year. I didn't care, really. Like, I couldn't set up my computer. I couldn't do things. Really found it difficult to work. Just to get, like, having... I didn't do all the caring as well. Like, we had the people in to help with putting her to bed sometimes. Mom did a lot of the washing and I didn't do the intimate washing, but cooking a dinner and being with her, watching the telly with her. My sister would come round when Mom wasn't here, when she was with her boyfriend, to help put her to bed and things like that. Caring for her was a family thing that we did. And it just meant that we put the rest. We were on COVID lockdown as well, of course, so our lives were on hold as well anyway, weren't they? But my strategy, my pushing things forward, my getting on the computer, doing some streaming, whatever, absolutely felt I couldn't set up in that room, I couldn't set up in that room, I couldn't set up there, wouldn't want to be in a room on my own talking to you on the internet while Nan was downstairs on her own. So I just gave it all up for a year and just got on with the important reality of caring for my Nan. And then, oh God. And then, obviously, put your Johnny Depp on when you say obviously, because obviously is lazy language. You don't know it's obvious, but what happened was that she got poorly from something that, like, she had pneumonia the year before and survived it in hospital. She came down with this, like, poorly, and they took her into hospital, and then she caught the COVID in the hospital. We'd managed to keep her safe from it for the full year. I didn't go out, I didn't go to a supermarket, I didn't go to a friend's house or anything like that. I kept my Nan safe for a year. Then she fucking caught it in the hospital. Sorry, I swore. She caught it in the hospital and she died. And we couldn't be with her, and that was sad. Yeah, but the important thing that we needed to take from it was we spent the whole year with her, looking after her, and she knew that, how much we loved her because we were there with her all the time, showing her. And like I say, that's the story of my COVID year. It's not just my COVID year, is it? It's the story of like 500,000 people in America. It's the story of, I can't remember how many hundreds of thousands in our country and across the world. So I don't feel like some special, oh, my fucking Nan died, isn't it like all about me? I don't feel that, but I feel that I'm part of, it's a good way to express it, I guess, and I'm glad they did this, is in London on somewhere, I think it was a parliamentary building, an artist was painting hearts, a heart for everyone that died, and I just feel that we're one of those hearts, us all, there were hundreds of thousands of them. I feel part of something. We are part of something. And so I don't feel, how do I express this? I don't feel angry and bitter that it's just happened to me and it's not fair and it's not my, things aren't fair and weren't perfect, but, that's how it happened. That's how it happened. And I just accept it and I feel sad for everyone. And so, what this is coming back to is going to that pub. I was going to have to go in there and they were going to say, what was your coronavirus lockdown like? Because that's what the conversation is going to be like, isn't it? What have you been doing for a year? I haven't seen you for a year. What's it been like? And I was going to have to say, well, it's been fucking awful and punctuated by the worst thing that could have happening. Not quite the worst. There were still worse things, of course, but, a really bad thing happening. And I just had to suck it up. And then I started streaming and I talked to, 3 or 4 people on the internet of an evening and they were going to look at me like, what the fuck's happened to you? They were going to look at me like that. I don't know. It just, now I feel like I can go in there and enjoy some form of celebration, that we can put these things behind us and we can move into the future. And when they say to me, what have you been doing? I can say, oh, I play computer games. I professionally now play computer games. So it's been brilliant. I mean, you know what I mean, don't you? If you can feel positive about a project that you're pushing into the future and tell your friends with excited glee that something good is happening, then, you can enjoy that spirit of moving forward. And I feel that whatever's happened today, I feel baffled. Still feel a bit baffled by this. Got the fake beer on the go. Maybe someone slipped me a real one. I don't know, maybe someone slipped me a roofie. But, I feel like we can enjoy some of that positivity. Because it's not just something I'm trying to... we talked about Sisyphus, didn't we? We talked about Sisyphus together. It's not just something I'm dragging up the hill, is it, that keeps falling down? Not if this is happening. Not if this is happening. like doing this. I'm sure you felt this, Kelvin. I'm sure you have felt this. As anyone who makes social media and puts it out there, sometimes you feel like it's just like kind of going nowhere. I had a YouTube channel for a long time. I said some controversial things maybe on some of the videos. Some of them got flagged for not suitable for advertising. I had some subs, I lost some subs. We had all that Raffy Taffy awful business. Forget that. Whatever. But it's over the last 6 weeks while I've been doing this. One of the questions that I've been constantly worrying over and over is, should I just break from all that and do something new? Do I need to rebrand? Is it that YouTube's going to not suggest my new content because the old content might have, put some sort of secret black mark on the channel? Does YouTube like new content more? And, are we banging our head against a brick wall? No, I don't really worry about that so much, because I can look at this, can't I, and say, like, Twitch is a place that we're moving forward. And so you do feel, you know exactly what I mean. And I've always felt as well that it's a kind of luck thing, that you can be in the right place at the right time, saying the right thing at the right time. That if you look at some people's YouTubes, they've done 10 years of videos and had nothing, and then one huge success on the right thing. Or Zeddy's another example. He plays Hearthstone. It's not his first rodeo, but he's suddenly gaining traction and popularity because of something that happened in Hearthstone that he was talking about. And you don't know when and if things could happen. It's not so. When I was hairdressing, I could say, if I go and hand out 200 flyers, then approximately 10 or 20 people are going to come through the door. Of those people, I will get probably 5 clients, probably, depending on the quality of the flyer and the offer and whatever it is. So I would go out on foot and hand out 200 flyers, and then be in the shop the next day and see these people come in. I'd know that was happening, and I would, even when I had my name above the shop and I had juniors and apprentices and whatever. Once we'd got there, I would still go out on a Sunday and walk the dog and hand out flyers through letterboxes, because I knew it worked, and that if I put in this amount of work, I get this amount back. Like it was like actionable and measurable. And this isn't social media. They give you all the analytics. They give you all the thing. It's not actionable and measurable. There's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of you can do all the networking, and other people can become popular through the same methodology. I don't know. I'm not going to claim to be the guru of this, but for some reason, something that we're doing seems to be resonating, seems to be working, and we've been doing it for a long time. We've been doing it for a long time, so I don't think I've dramatically changed my formula, other than just, I don't know. Yeah, I'm baffled. I'm baffled and eternally grateful, and I will remember sitting here. I will remember this. Yeah. At the end, I don't know if you do know, in Wind in the Willows at the start, Moley, he comes out of hibernation. I feel like that's what we're all doing with the COVID. And yeah, this year's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a good one. It should be. I've got little secret things that we haven't even seen yet as well. I've got the film that I made, the film about game development, that I might as well just put on. I have a music problem with it, because I use some music that's copyright and I want to use it, but then we'll do a stream and talk about it one of these days. But I'll show it you without music. What the hell? I might as well. There's some good things that you don't even know are coming to this stream. I want to do these interviews with game developers, but I'm capable. I'm not blowing my own trumpet and saying how good I am. I just mean I'm capable of producing media. I can take a camera out into the world. I can talk to people. We can stream live. Drop my phone. Please don't drop the phone. I can't afford a new one. Maybe I can now. I don't know. Maybe I can. You can record live stream on your phone in real life. We can't go into real life at the moment because, of course, COVID lockdown. But when I can more, we can do that as well. And it feels like Yeah, it feels special that you've had the confidence in me without having what I perceive to be seen my best efforts yet. Yeah, I think I can still do some really good stuff, and this allows us to do it, doesn't it? It enables us. It enables us. I think that's what it does. I think that's what it does. Isn't it? I can't be lost for words. I'm not allowed to be. I'm on stream. But is life changing the right words? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Because waking up tomorrow and feeling that this has happened will be different, won't it? Yeah, well, Prince Philip, Prince Philip's smiling on me from heaven. He's not. Capital King K smiling on me on earth. Let's go back to the. Let's go back to. Let's just calm down. Let's just go back to the Nintendo Switch for a minute. We've got to kill these slugs. I'll get. Where's my face? There's these other one. There you go. Bash. We bash some slugs. Need to just calm down. Need to feel a bit like a helium balloon. We learned about helium balloons, didn't we? Feel a little bit like a helium balloon. Feel a little bit like I need to just come down a bit from off the ceiling. Cause I don't. I can say some other stuff. I've got to get this off my chest. Big face. We talked about fencing before, and people don't know this a lot, really, about me. People don't know about me. What happened with the fencing is I did go to the World Championships, and I was 17. Went to the Junior Cadet World Championship, so people of my age group, and I came 41st in the world, and it wasn't good enough. I'd spent serious training time, done serious training. One of the people that died during the COVID that I lost personally, we talked about on stream, was a great mentor of mine, my fencing coach, David Kirby, and he taught me an awful lot about mental perseverance, about inner strength, about working hard and achieving. And we went on this huge journey, and we went to the World Championships. He was there with me, and I felt the person that beat me in the competition that day, because you do a sort of little group stage, you get a ranking, and then you go direct elimination. So a bit like a cup competition. If you lose, you're out. If you win, you're through. And I'd been to many of these competitions before, with reasonable levels of success. The person that I came up against in the last 64, so it goes 64, 32, 16, last 8, finals. So it was still earlier stages. The person I came up against was an American, and I'd beaten him before. So I stepped up expecting to win, and had I won, I felt that I would have taken that momentum into the next round, and then maybe got to the 16. If you're in the 16, you're 2 fights away from the final. So that's how I viewed my World Championships, and I lost that fight. I shouldn't have lost it. I didn't fence my best. I was a little overawed by the occasion. Things happened a little bit quickly. It was like, you'll be fighting this guy, you'll be over there, quick now, get your kit, you're on. And I didn't have really time to soak up the occasion and to feel, in most competitions you warm up, you get to your peak when you just before you go on, you have a lesson maybe, a little practice with your coach. I didn't really get to do those things, and I didn't feel that I gave my best. And you don't get a second chance. That was it. That was your World Championships. Did you fuck up a little bit? Did you win? No, I lost like 15-10. Like, it was close, not close enough. Did you move your feet enough? No, I could have moved my feet more. I could have been more mobile on the piste. Do you fence better than that day to day? Yeah, I do. Yeah, if you come and watch me, well, not now because I'm older, but that's how I felt anyway. And when you get back from the World Championships, everyone says how wonderful it is that you went to the World Championships and how good it is and whatever. But you don't give a shit because you didn't win. You didn't. You've got your England jacket that you can wear with pride. You now have a fencing kit that has England written on it. That Great Britain representative. It's like like a badge of honour you get because you represented Great Britain. You get to wear the kit, yeah. So I've got that, but that wasn't the aim, was it? The aim was to win the World Championship. So if you go to high level, world level competition and you fail, like, and you're 17, it doesn't define you. It doesn't. Like, for me, it didn't define the rest of my life, but it affected me in ways that I never understood at the time, that I couldn't have understood at the time. And my instead of progressing from that point, I changed. I went to university. I was away from the club, from the training 5 days a week. I was obviously.
Is it obvious to them? Is it obvious to them what you were doing? They don't know you.
They do know me quite, Johnny. Like, we talk a lot. You know, they know quite a lot about me.
Oh yeah,
right. So I was going out drinking a lot. I was at university. I wasn't living the life of an athlete. And so I decided that I wouldn't live the life of an athlete, that athletics would be now something that I did in the past and got to this World Championships and that was it. And I'd go on and do other stuff with my life. So I did. But, a few years later, a British cadet won the World Championships. Like, massive applause to them. I used to beat them in competitions. I know them. Like, I was like, oh my God, if I'd have stayed on, what could I have achieved? The Olympics came round in London. Like, I didn't know they were going to put the Olympics in London, like, some 10 years later. But had I still been fencing regularly and competing, would I have been in with a shout of going to the Olympics? Absolutely. So these regrets, they're regrets. Oh, you're off. Don't go. We're not staying on for very long, capital K. We're going to walk the dog at 4 or 5 o'clock. So in the next half hour, we're off to walk the dog. So, I mean, you can catch up with the rest of the things I'm saying at any point, and I will catch up with you soon. We will develop emojis and do videos, ASMR videos that you're involved in. Have a nice day. I certainly feel I will do when I learn about exactly what's happened here. So I was just saying that failure, that feeling, the battery's low as well, so we are going to have to go soon, battery exhausted. It's something that I've not understood properly and carried with me through life, but the getting there as well, the going to the World Championships, all of it, being involved at very high level sport, changes you in many ways positive, and the failure, the limit to your success, that affects you as well. And I know people who have achieved. I know the world's strongest man, Eddie Hall. I'm not a regular phone conversation friend with him. I'm not a regular phone conversation with anyone, but but I know him. I worked with him. We made a film together. He won the world's strongest man title, and then after that, what next? You get this feeling of sort of what next, and it's a strange thing to compete at this high level. So when I'm doing something like this, and when we're pushing forward in life the way we are, I don't know how to put this. I think I've got high expectations of myself. I think I've got high goals, and set a high bar. I don't like it when there's a buzzy noise on the sound. I don't like it if there's, set a high bar. And I know we're not there yet, but we certainly intend to push that direction and achieve it. And what's happened today, I feel, is that it's like qualifying for the Worlds, I think. It's like qualifying. It's like a step forward. It's not quite, maybe, is it the Worlds? I don't know if it's quite the Worlds, but, it's a huge step forward that has in itself huge potential. But now it's on me and you, the Puka Warrior crew, but now it's on us to live up to that potential and to not be unprepared and, to give it our all. I think now, I think in conclusion, we'll conclude. We'll just save. Let's go back to the Switch quickly. Let's go back to Earthbound and just save it, because I'm not going to get further on now. Sorry. The world's worst streamer gets loads of subs, quits out the game, can't finish it. What do? You press reset. You press reset and then you suspend point. Press and hold. Okay, that's saved. That's in the bank. That's yours. That's safe. That's in the bank. That's yours. You're taking that home. Now, do you want to gamble? Big face me. Yeah, now it's important. Now it's really important. Now it's sinking in a little bit that this means what I think it means, that we are, as you said to me in chat, as you said, professional streamer, play computer games for a job. We have to live up to that now. It's important. That sets a measure. It sets a bar that we have to live up to. Not have to. We strive to, attempt to, endeavour to. It's a flag in a map that we've not reached. I don't see that as things I've earned and won and are mine now. I see that number up there as something that we should aspire to, and we have to produce the content that number deserves. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So I'm going to make sure to email them back about that interview next week, and we're going to be on with art history and positivity, and we're going to do more. It's only Friday. I've got tomorrow, the endless days. We're going to do more. We're going to be back with more. Earthbound will return, of course. We will eventually get through that game. But yeah, I feel like I've got a responsibility now. A responsibility to come up with some emojis to push things forward in the way that we dream of. That maybe isn't just a dream now. We're waiting, yeah. My beard's growing while I'm talking. But it will happen. It will happen. It is happening, isn't it? Cheers. This is it happening. This is it happening. We've I didn't expect to be this far where we are so soon. Like if you're Limmy, you turn on your camera and you Twitch stream, and you can expect a certain amount of people are going to watch you. Like, he's done all that work. People have enjoyed it. I get that. That's cool. I watch him. But if you're me, you don't expect that. I don't think that people, I don't think that just by merit of switching on the camera and chatting, that I'm going to, I think that we have to work at it. I think we have to try and provide something of value. So that's the art history, the games as art, the mental health Monday. I think those things provide some value. I try and do some research, try and, develop a media product. It's just me talking. But that, yeah, we're gonna push on with that. It's not about buying me a solid gold hat. It's not about buying Johnny Depp a gold hat. It's about using it to reinvest in the quality of the stream and to improve the range and quality of the work we do. Yeah, that's what it's about. So much to think about. So much to think about. Let's do a little quick floss again. You can't see all of me, but you can see the main bits that do the flossing. So, I mean, it's not modern, is it? It's not modern, the floss. It's not the new dance. Oh, I've buggered it up now. There you go. Oh. It's not new. It's not new. It's not new. And, yeah, I've got to walk the dog now. I've got to walk the dog and have a bit of a think. I haven't done any shouting. I haven't done any woohoos. I've got to walk the dog and have a think. And bless you, my little puckos, bless you. I'll be back with you probably later tonight, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, don't worry about it. I've dealt with the... it came out then because we were talking about things, but I've dealt with my feelings. And as I said, I've understood and accepted certain aspects of things that I didn't think were very nice. Yeah. This that we're doing here is part of moving on. So thanks for that. But don't worry about me on that front. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about me on that front. Yeah. It's been a mad year. It's been 2 years now. We're on year 2. On year 2. You be good, my little puckos. You be good. And if you can't be good, you're naughty.